on our Discord server. We're going to have a couple of guests, and
The guests are you guys, by the way.
yes,
So
just fans.
you will have
You
you'll have the opportunity to come in and talk with us in voice chat and ask us questions and stuff like that.
Be on the stream, have a good time,
Yeah.
all that. The Nui Jaga is, he looks, what's the right word? Disgruntled.
I hate these things. No.
Oh my god. So these guys seem tough, but like all the different, like, all the depth with Kanoka discs, it's cool. It's really cool to see them utilized like this.
Yeah, the disc is kind of glossed over except for the information on like some of the the information books, like the Rahi book that came out around this time, and
I have the Bionicle
like
Encyclopedia.
Yeah, stuff like that. Talked about the discs a lot, but in the story itself, there wasn't a lot of coverage of it, and so to see a game like this that does cover that sort of thing, it's really cool. Finnegan says, yeah, it's cool to see a game take the lore stuff to make it into gameplay mechanics. I think I heard Bionicle Heroes, the GBA game, was like that too. Has anyone played that one? Finnegan, I'm glad you said that because I love that game.
I have not played that one either.
I once went on vacation with my family and finished that game from start to finish, 100%ed in 3 days. And it was awesome. And we will get to playing that one at some point on the stream. I don't actually know a whole lot of the lore of the Paraka and Anika era of Bionicle, so I couldn't say to the lore accuracy of it. But it was a fantastic game.
The one major thing that I know, and it's basically the only thing that I know, other than the Toanua went there and got completely demolished, and then they had to send a backup team.
Yes, that is sort of a bit of the game that annoys me, because it sort of follows that, but it does it in a weird way.
The other thing I was going to say that I knew about the lore of that era is that, what's his name? The one that starts with a Z. He's the air Paraka. Zaktan. He's bees.
Oh yeah, he's bees.
He's bees. That's it.
It does seem like the game moves pretty slowly with like the battles.
Yes, it does. The battles really slow it down, the pacing, but that's fine, I think. Yes. No! You don't want to do another encounter so soon. Fine, whatever.
Greg first, he left out the part in the book where Avako chased Winua around for a long time.
Did we use all of our riveting gameplay jokes up on the knock too?
Yeah. We're done with that. That's apparently, according to one of our comments on the last stream, this is apparently the second time when they're returning to Metru-nui to get them to
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I missed.
So it's after they've been to Mata-Nui and dropped off the Matoran crews that they had, and now they're coming back to get the rest of it.
Yes.
Got it.
And when you look at like Quest for the Toa and now May the Shadows, it becomes so weird. Why was Matoran Adventures that bad? Why? What was wrong with that game?
Who knows? Who knows?
Like, those contributed to canon, and that one.
Is it surprising to think that this game is on the same system as that one?
It is. Like, especially with like the 01, like Tales of the, Quest for the Toa, and this, they're pretty far apart in terms of years, but they're almost the same thing. Even Bionicle Heroes on the GBA. So much of the stuff's on the GBA.
Yeah. That was like the actual. Those are the years that they were willing to actually pay for the people to make it.
Yeah. Finnegan then says, then Mata dropped Akumo in the sea because he was carrying too many canisters, and the rest is history. Right.
Can't drop this.
That's how Akuma came under the employ of Makuta.
He actually was dropped under the sea.
He was,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was when they were fighting like something, and Ono had to take
Underwater.
control of it with his mind, and a bunch of
They
other
accidentally
stuff.
dropped him.
Yeah,
They-
they were on a boat.
Accidentally dropped him.
Completely accidentally, I swear. Yeah.
I think it's more surprising that none of the Turaga like remembered what a douchebag Akuma was, and they let him back into Pokoro.
I think Anna will remember it, but he was like, "Oh, what if he's nicer now?" And then he
Yeah,
wasn't. He's still a jerk.
yeah.
What does this one do? Oh, nice. Wah, wah, wah. I love that.
Whoa!
Oh, I'm
Oh,
almost
no.
dead. Yeah,
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Hey, hello.
Akuma's back.
Hello, welcome.
Hey,
Welcome to the stream.
thank you for having me. I must say, these have been really fun to watch. I started watching your Imnog 2, I think, and I thought this was a really cool idea.
Well, glad that you like them. Ooh.
He
You're
just
finally
peeks
a
over the hole. There's a hole up ahead. It looks like it's all the way down. No problem. After me.
Oh,
Feet.
eat dicks.
strangely ominous. So my favorite collectible is the Kanoka discs. So what is everyone else's favorite collectibles?
Oh,
The like original Mata masks, like the O1 masks, are probably my favorite. Even though I didn't click them as a kid. I just like being able to have a lot of them. Maybe it's probably because our game is O1 and uses all the O1 masks. But whenever I see any of those in alternate colors, I really want to pick them up.
Oh yeah,
They're also
totally
just
get
easier to find. I haven't seen as many alternate color Nuva masks or anything like that.
I think my favorite collectibles are the sets.
Well,
Yeah.
does that count?
I don't know,
Sure.
really.
More expensive hobby, but sure, why not?
Yeah, I mean, I really like the masks of life and stuff. The silver and golden masks. Those are really fun to get.
Right. Yes, I liked the Kanoka discs in concept, but I didn't actually collect them. My favorite collectible is probably the Toamata masks, the classic, the classic Bionicle collectible. And I don't have as many as I would like.
Also, the Krana are pretty cool.
The Krana are really cool too.
They are
Yeah,
cool.
that's probably my second favorite collectible is the Krana. They look like fruit snacks. They look very tasty.
They do, yeah.
You ever tried eating one?
I have not.
Okay, good. I think that's how they infect you.
Yeah, right.
Lewa tried to eat a Krana. That's how. Not just Lewa, all of Lee Koro.
Clearly,
Oh,
because
hey,
he
this looks
had
good.
one, he ate one, and then he was like, "Oh, this is really tasty. I gotta share this." And he's like, "Have you tried this? They're really delicious."
Amazing! I've got to tell someone about this!
Akmu set up a Krana selling stand
Oh
in Lee
my
Koro.
gosh. He probably would. He probably would.
That was probably Plan B.
Snowy Aegis says this Krana snacktivate sounds like a Minog ROM hack.
Now, I can't help but notice that this is a shark, and it is on land.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
It's a
Hold
shark,
up.
but with arms. This is like the Takea shark, but it has arms.
Is this?
Now, you will get a lot faster if you catch it 100 times.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We'll be doing all that off screen.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Ever since joining Team Kanohi, my Bionicle collection has grown through eBay and stuff like that. Just because I'll get stuff. I rebought all of the Toamata, Toanuva, and just generally, I'm re-getting everything.
My O1, at least the desire to collect stuff from O1 has grown. Like,
Yeah.
that's the reason.
Yeah.
Fima is the reason I bought the Rahi I do have. Why I started getting a lot of the O1 masks.
Right. Finimiger, what about you? What's your Lego collection like?
Well, let's see. In terms of, honestly, I'd have to go back in my mom's attic and figure this myself
Right,
out. I will
right.
say that my cats were a really big fan of the Rotuka spinners. That was probably their
Oh
favorite.
my.
It got to the point
Right.
where you would spin a little ripcord thing, and they would just come running from wherever they are in the house.
That's adorable.
So whenever we unearthed those, they're always a big fan. Because it wasn't great when we accidentally fired one of Radaka's spinners and turned the cat into a dog. But other than that, yeah.
That's a high
That was
IQ
good.
joke there.
That was good.
Snowy just says, "Turn my cat into a dog." Imagine explaining that to a vet.
Well, the vet did have they did have Kitango on hand, so it was
Right.
Ah, yes.
Right.
Ah, yeah. Oh, it's the thing from the commercial.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's good.
that is
That
cool.
is cool.
This sort of thing actually brings up another topic of discussion, which is we're talking a lot about 06 today, but it is the Lego sets that they tried to make of Bionicle, not the Bionicle
Oh,
sets,
yeah.
but like the
Oh,
actual
yeah.
Lego ones.
I have.
What are your guys' opinions on those?
I like to think it was the Maturin using them in like the Amaya circles to tell the stories.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's a
I
good.
have-
That's a good way.
I have the Paraka Stronghold,
Right.
and I tried to rebuild it a while back, but my normal Legos are just in complete like they're not organized at all, so it's really just very, very hard to like
Yeah.
find the one piece I need in the instruction.
Janela says, I really think the playsets were cool. The 07 ones were at least other than the non-unique molds for each character, unlike the 06 playsets. Yeah.
Non-unique.
Now I was gonna ask, San Marino, he says, in the chat, Bionicle's revival is coming apparently. Bionicle 2020 got delayed due to COVID.
Oh,
Seriously, I think that's what all those weird tears are for. Are you talking about the Faber thing?
I think he's talking about Faber.
I think that is what he's talking about.
I don't think
So
that's a
Faber-
Bionicle revival, that's just Faber being Faber.
Yeah. So
I don't know
Faber.
what it is, man. This is a whole thing.
Yeah, I get the sense from everything that Faber's done is that he's not actually doing this with Lego's
Permission.
permission to use the Bionicle IP. He's certainly doing something Bionicle-like, and maybe as a tribute to Bionicle, but I do think it's going to be distinctly
His own
different.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes out properly. And I suspect it's going to be something similar to a tabletop RPG.
Really?
Yes, because like if you look at all the teasers and stuff, it's all about what you decide, your story, what you're gonna tell and stuff like that, and that is very RPG type language.
I could see that,
RPG type
considering the fact that he's not super engaged with the community and doesn't really know what people are doing.
Yeah.
So he probably wouldn't know about Red Star Games, and he would just do his own thing.
Yeah.
And then Red Star would be like, "What?"
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
What do you think when you make it?
Well, I would love to see a TTRPG thing. As someone who's played D&D a lot and even like made like homebrew stuff for Bionicle, that would be awesome to see.
Right. Yeah. And I think at this point, we're gonna say, Finimiger, do you have any last questions, comments, or concerns for us? And then
I do not want to monopolize your time here, but if I could just say thank you for what you're doing. This project looks really awesome. As someone who, like when he was little, tried to make little crappy little Bionicle fan games like this.
Right.
What you're doing is like the dream. So
yeah,
thank you for making it real.
really is for a lot of us. This is something we wanted to do. each of us individually, and then we all sort of came together at the right time. But yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for coming on, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the stream. And,
Thank you, I will.
Well.
And sorry for lying to you about that button last stream. Okay, bye.
No worries. See ya.
Yeah. And yeah, I was going to talk about Faber's thing. In my opinion, I think what he's doing is going to be a bit more vague than just tabletop RPG, because he's always talking about like, oh, we should do this cool multimedia thing and have like a movie and a TV show and a game and a book, and I'm like, well, you kind of need a lot of resources to do that, and you need to have your main source of media, and I still don't know what that is, even with his other project. What is it?
Rebel Nature.
Rebel Nature.
Yeah.
I still don't even know what the main thing is for Rebel Nature.
He hasn't said it.
Yeah, because like Bionicle, the main draw was the sets, the toys that you'd get, and you get them at Christmas, and it would be cool, and that would draw you to the rest of it. But for Rebel Nature, it's like you don't have one, at least not yet. It's just kind of like ethereal. It's gonna be a movie, it's gonna be a TV show, it's gonna be an iPad game. There's not one main draw that is consistent and always there, which is what you really need if you're trying to do that kind of thing.
Whatever it ends up being, it's probably gonna be weird.
Yeah,
that's what I'll say.
It's definitely not gonna be sets, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's not going to be sets. I think, based on the way and stuff he's been talking about, is that my theory is that it's definitely some sort of interactable thing, like you were saying, because he's like, choose your own story and stuff. I don't know if it's going to be a tabletop thing. It's probably more likely than a video game. It could be a kind of crappy video game. Could be a good video game, that would take quite a bit.
Yeah.
Although I know he's been doing like motion capture and stuff, specifically for whatever Bionicle thing he's doing, because he said that while in a motion capture suit. But
one
I don't know
rumor
what
I heard
specifically.
circulating a while ago was it was going to be he's going to try and work with Lego for some sort of community rights sort of thing.
Yeah, he was trying to work that, and there was actually something that I heard a while back that would be great. I don't remember who said this, probably someone on the team, but if Lego were to make Bionicle an open license, to where people could make their own stuff
and
from that, yeah,
that's kind of what I'm getting at,
and that would be fantastic.
That would be fantastic for us.
Yeah,
because then we can start making some money off of this.
Yeah. That's also something. CryoShell is doing some more stuff, but they haven't recently, but they did a while back.
They're doing stuff with Faber, I think.
Yeah, because Faber said that they're coming back or whatever.
They had like a new album coming for the past like 5 years.
It's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think CryoShell is going to be as good for me though without the Bionicle backdrop.
I mean,
I like their music and stuff.
Yeah, they do good music. I'm just saying, without Bionicle, it's not going to be as good as it could be. You know.
That's true. That's true.
It still has a similar vibe.
It does.
Yeah,
it gives you kind of like that similar thing. Also, the stuff with like the orchestra that they were doing, that's some really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Although
I hope they do more.
Didn't they? They did Creeping in My Soul, and they removed the rap part. How dare they?
I mean,
how dare they? That's the best part.
Oh my gosh. Finamaker says They removed the rat part from creeping in my soul because it was getting out of control. Gotta find my escape and get out of this black hole.
Because, I mean, justice in the world is hard to find. Time has come. Gotta make up my mind.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
There was some
personally-
other stuff that apparently Finny Maker, I don't know if we read this out, stop me if we did, but he said another rumor is that it was going to be related to a new story serial, I guess, since number 14 comes up.
Yes.
13. Yeah.
That was...
Which
that
would
was
probably,
a-
it's one of the more likely things to happen.
It's not, because that was because the 14B 2020, and people thought, oh, 14, 14 serial.
Right,
But the
yeah.
14 ended
Was
up
the
being
date.
the
Yeah.
date that he planned to release it on. But then,
But then
like, COVID happened,
yeah.
and so he released a live stream of pretty much nothing.
Yeah, a live
Yeah.
stream of saying, see, we can do
No
all this
more-
cool stuff with,
We have a
with
lot of-
new technology.
Yeah.
I like doing creative things creatively. Bionicle was a cool thing. I think we should do something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
He's being
yeah.
very cryptic even after saying he's not going to be cryptic anymore. So it's kind of just like, okay, I'm just going to wait until it's out to see what it is. Like,
Yeah. It's not really something I think about or I'm anticipating. It's just when it comes out, it's gonna be like, oh, cool, or why would you do this?
All I'll say is that I plan on staying tuned.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, I
to
mean,
whatever it is.
you're on Team Kanohi. One of us is going to talk about it. So
True.
we all keep pretty.
I'm the
We all
I'm the
care
PR
when we-
guy.
when we-
Nokama
stuff,
just got a
so-
power called Air Slice.
Wait a
What?
second.
What?
Hey, wait a minute. What?
That's really confusing. She's not air.
Snowy Aegis says, I think we should do something. I don't know what, but I bet it'll for sure be something. Then we make it eventually.
Yes. That's Faber's thought process.
Yes. It's not
And then
Nokama. It's Mata
Yeah.
using his Mask of Illusion.
People always ask when's Mask of Power or where's Mask of Power, but people never ask how's Mask of Power.
Ooh.
How is Mask of Power then?
I don't know.
Well, I as environment developer, I'm gonna say that Mask of Power is going pretty good. Both Legacy, I'm not actually on the Legacy team. That's mostly just Joe Cool and a little bit of ASCII. But from what I've seen through various in-team meetings and stuff like that, Legacy is looking pretty awesome now for the next update.
Yeah.
And for 2.0, things are going really well. We're really getting the mechanics rounded out and bug free, and it's playing so much nicer than that first demo we released a couple of months ago. So
Snowy Aegis, how is Legacy? Is it out yet? Yes, Legacy is out. You can find
Not
it
the latest
on,
update though.
Well,
Yes.
well, it's on version 1.4.
Speaking
It's
of,
been out for like a good while now.
speaking of, I didn't actually say it on the day, but I have said this a couple times. I don't think on this on the stream before though. 3 days ago, we are now celebrating 2 years without a legacy update. Yay!
yeah, it's been a while
years
since we've
Yeah,
updated Legacy, but that only means that there's going to be loads of content
it's true.
when the update
Yeah,
finally does go
Very
out.
true.
1.5,
There'll be a lot of stuff.
Joe recently made a I was able to test out 1.5 in a test build. It's really cool. It's very good.
There's a lot of cool new stuff. Finnemegar says, bug free, you removed the Fiku. I don't think we added a Fiku yet.
So yes.
The Fiku is not in Legacy at the current time.
I believe it was
we
a
do
joke.
plan it. We do plan it for 2.0 though. So
Yeah.
I've done some stuff for 1.52 writing wise.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah. And I've actually, because ASCII has kind of switched over to work on Legacy now, well, sort of, I have been working a little bit on 2.0, and I'm not going to say anything, going to be very general because this is kind of spoilers, and our environment system and how we're going to make the island.
Yes.
Working on some of the technology there. And it's very, very exciting to work on.
It is looking good so far. We've gotten
Yeah.
a fair few things.
Lots of roadblocks, lots of overcoming those roadblocks, and
Hell yeah.
lots of collaboration between me and Des.
Yeah. Just to
Mudslide.
get it working right. But it's gonna be really good, and it's gonna give you guys some unique surprises that we can't wait to show off. But again, we're being kind of vague on that because we don't want to reveal it quite yet.
Some very
know
some very interesting and unique tools.
Yeah. What is that?
These are no, these are little
Space?
canisters that you're supposed to destroy. It's not they're at a weird angle. See?
Oh, right.
okay. Do you get anything from those, or did you just break them?
No, you just break them.
Finnemegar says there are Matoran inside those canisters, you monsters. They're
worry, it's
all
just
Akama,
Akama.
don't worry.
Yeah.
They're all Akma. Is this our last stream of the year?
It is. Yeah.
I think
So,
yeah.
The year ends like next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will have one the first week of 2021 then.
Yeah, January 9th it'll be.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So yeah, what?
Nice.
So 2020 was a pretty good year for Team Kanohi. I'd
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
We got released trials.
Yeah.
We didn't have a legacy update.
Again.
But we did make some good progress on
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We made a lot of behind the scenes progress. We made on both projects, on both TOGs and
We released a thing.
yeah, and
Yeah.
we released
Pretty big.
trials, yes, and we updated trials a little bit. And I'm being chased.
Yes.
This is the part they left out of the book.
Yeah. And yeah, we also started streaming this year.
Yeah, kind of early this year too. One.
H&L says 2020 and good year do not belong in the same set. Is it? Yeah,
True.
that is a good point.
Yeah.
2020 has been a very, very bad year for a lot of people.
Yeah, for a lot of
We
people,
don't-
just not us.
We certainly don't mean to downplay that.
Yeah.
We don't mean to downplay that. It has been a devastating year for a lot of people, and we definitely should acknowledge
Yes.
and respect that. But for Team Kanohi specifically,
Yeah,
we've made a lot of good progress.
because
And
like
it is also, it's good to acknowledge that as well.
especially during like the when the first like stay-at-home orders came in, there was a huge rush of progress there, and I don't know if
Yeah.
that was before or after release TOGs. I think it was just before.
It was before, I think.
Yeah, because then we got a huge rush of progress so that we could actually complete it and release it, which was great.
Yeah.
Well, that's one benefit of everybody being stuck
That
at
would've
home,
came- that
and our
would've came
team
out,
being
like-
online.
Yeah, that would have came out like now
Now.
if we hadn't had that huge rush of progress.
Yeah. Yeah.
Snowy Aegis asks,
yeah.
is there an ETA on the Legacy update? 20...
Next year.
21?
2077.
Maybe
Hopefully
three.
next year. If I
It'll come
don't
out in
release it next
2077.
year, I will be very depressed. Because I've been working on this update for 2 years now.
Yeah.
And all I have to do is add the grunt work, and then it will be done. So all it needs is time, really, and just working on it constantly.
Yeah. So, at some point next year, maybe 2022.
Yeah. Hopefully 2021, maybe 2022. That's what I've been saying for the last 2 years. Now let me use Air Slice. Oh wait, that's no combo.
Yeah. I really think the creators of Bionicle, at least in the early years, like really undersold the Ga characters a lot.
Yeah.
If you look at Gali and Nokama in 01, in 2001, you've got, for their mask powers, they've got, Gali has the mask of water breathing, arguably the least useful of the great Kanohi masks. And then Nokama has the mask of translation, arguably the least useful of the noble Kanohi masks. So it feels like they didn't put as much effort into them as they did. And it's caused a struggle with me because I'm adding more content to the Tatari at the moment. The Trials of the Great Spirit. Yeah, I'm adding more content to that, and I'm trying to think of these puzzles for like the Mask of Water Breathing and the Mask of Translation, and it's really difficult because they don't really work as well mechanically.
They're really just kind of passive abilities.
Yeah,
I feel like though
there.
The Great Mask of Translation would have more use.
It certainly would
for puzzle solving.
Would.
Yeah,
you can talk to Rocky and stuff like that. All right.
Yeah,
well,
I think we're stop now.
Yeah, we're pretty much done.
Yeah. We're at the end here. Thank you all for watching. And thank you, Finnemegar, for coming on to talk with us.
Yeah.
I think maybe we'll do another one of these again when we have a bigger audience and more people actually want to come on.
We could also probably do this at the beginning of the year. Again, it could be
maybe
an occasional.
It really depends on if people want to come on, because if we just have the one person again, that'll I mean, it's fun to talk to the fans, but if people don't want to talk to us, then hey, what can we do?
But there's also different people are engaged in different games depending on how they feel about that game. So I know H and Alice was much more engaged in Monog 2 than he seems to be here. So yeah, I don't know. Might be.
We'll see about doing this again at some point. But this is I've been Juvelius.
I'm Markle.
And I've been Joker131. May the great spirit
guide you.